What is self-awareness? And how does self-awareness play a role in self-care? And in this map of self-care that we have been talking about for the last few videos, why is self-awareness sequenced after self-love and acceptance? Hi, this is Nirmala Shekhar, a coach and a body talk practitioner from Singapore. Join me in this video as I share my understanding of self-awareness. Let's take an example of a person who goes to a new city. He has a city map with him, but that is kept inside, and he just wanders around, soaking in the sights and sounds of this city. After a while, he decides to go to a famous landmark in that city. He knows where the landmark is, and he has a map of the city in his bag. Is that enough to reach the landmark? What else does he need? In the same city, thousands of people are coming to see that landmark. And each one of them comes from different starting points. We may share the road or the journey to the landmark with some of them, some portions, but no two journey may be the same because the starting point of that journey is different for each one of us. And this is where self-awareness comes in. It allows us to know where we are currently. And knowing that is very important in plotting or navigating our way to where we want to go. Most of us put together goals of life, and then we use other people's strategies. Other people's strategies may or may not work simply because the starting point for them is most likely to be different from our starting point. So knowing where we are currently is very important, and that's the role of self-awareness. I have been fascinated with this term awareness and with the self-awareness for the last 2 decades. In fact, the name of my company is Ahantaa. Ahantaa is a Sanskrit word that means self-consciousness or self-awareness. Awareness is so important in bringing about change. Let's take a simple example. As you're listening to me, I invite you to become aware of your posture. When you heard me, how many of you adjusted your posture? Chances are most of you would have done that because I myself wanted to do that. Awareness in most cases is enough to bring about a change. In fact, without awareness, any change is not likely to last. And that is why self-awareness is so important in this map of self-care, because it highlights to us the areas that we need to make changes, the areas that we need to take care of ourselves. As we go deeper into understanding the different needs over the coming months, we will explore self-awareness again. But for now, I have a question. As you look at the map of self-care, why is it that self-awareness is placed after self-love and acceptance? Self-awareness brings to our understanding our feelings, our thoughts, and sometimes our physical sensations as well. And unless we are willing to accept and love ourselves completely, sometimes this awareness will make us uncomfortable, painful even. And what then happens is that we push our awareness, we push whatever we have sensed aside, hide it under the carpet, pretend it didn't happen, and keep ourselves busy with other things so we don't have to dwell on whatever it is that we have become aware of. In that case, self-awareness becomes painful. And that's why most people do not want to go deeper into anything. So when we put self-love and acceptance before awareness, it becomes easier for us to become aware of our feelings, our thoughts, and our sensations. And then taking care of our needs. And what is the message that this feeling is telling us, or this thought is telling us, or this sensation in the body is telling us? That becomes easier for us to understand. Feelings, thoughts, sensations, they are messengers. Pain too is a messenger. Awareness allows us to decode the message that these messengers are giving us. Once we understand the messenger goes away. So that is the role that self-awareness plays in this map of self-care. Hi, this is Nirmala Shekhar. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-care. See you soon. Bye-bye. Namaste. Do subscribe and hit the bell button for more weekly content on self-care. And if you want even more actionable content on self-care, do join me in the Facebook group for weekly lives, discussions, and more tips.